Hi everyone, how are you doing? Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. I'm going to be conducting a daily energy reading for the collective, and let's just get to see what kind of messages that we get coming in today. So I hope that you have all been, really taking care of your energies, because over the past 24, 48 hours, we have been bombarded with a hell of a lot of electromagnetic energy coming from the sun. You can check out the Schumann Resonance app. It's a free app on Google Play and I think on Apple as well. So you can download it and you'll be able to see for yourself the amount of energy that's been coming in. So if you've been feeling really run down, really, really tired more than usual, or you've had trouble sleeping, or your balance, you just feel really off, I'm getting that it's kind of like a course correction. Like, when they say that, well, the assumed term was that they said that your body needs 8 hours sleep, which is totally wrong, which is false. And I feel it's as if like it's the sun or source is regulating, realigning your natural body cycle when it's, when you need to sleep for, a couple of hours each day, like twice a day, and then you're up like certain times of the night. So I'm really getting that sort of unraveling of what the matrix has put the human body through. Anyway, let's get into the reading and see what awaits us. So again, this is timeless, general. Whenever you're meant to see this reading, it's whenever you get to see it, and don't forget to take what resonates and leave the rest behind if it doesn't feel like it's for you. Right. And there are a lot of things that's coming in. So really and truly pay special attention. As I said, that we've got the Page of Swords in upright position, because certain things are going to be to avoid, like, these shock waves and that are coming in. Shock waves are definitely coming in. Like, I'm getting this feeling of like, it's like so much tests to do with what's real and what's not. And the things that you feel that are so real, especially when it's coming from people, in the flesh. So, offline, you're going to be more tapped into kind of like really and truly sort of like dissect where they're coming from and how you feel towards them, just as much as you would online. But it's because of what's going on with, the atmosphere, the energy. Things are shifting. People are moving in so many different directions. Some people are remaining the same. Some people who you thought was on your side isn't on your side no more. You know, authenticity is going to be meaning a lot to a lot of people these days. So, there are a lot of things that I'm just getting like, in science, and you've got like the atoms that's flying around all over the place. This is where we're at right now. We're just going all over the place. We always were, but metaphorically speaking, in terms of like your intentions and your triggers or your responses and your decisions that you're going to be making, the options, where how to move, where to move, and how to move, and there's going to be a lot of things, but the main thing really is about just staying very grounded and try to get as focused as you possibly can, because there are going to be so much things that's going to be clouding your better judgment. And I do feel, again, that this is all to do with initiations, tests from above. I'm not talking about the ETs and all, this is from source, really coming in to test you, to really put certain things on you, just to see where you're at. Yes, it's going to be intense. Yes, it may feel like you want to give up, but don't. Pace yourself out. Definitely pace yourself. Okay, so let's see what we've got. The first card. We've got the Lovers card in the reverse. We have got Two of Pentacles in the reverse. So whatever this is something that cannot be avoided, and don't really have much of a choice in this. And it will unsettle, but this is where it's your opportunity, you know, to sort of stay balanced, stay, grounded. With the Queen of Pentacles in upright position, I am getting, as I said, there's going to be some people that are going to be very unsettled and others that will be. Whichever one that's going to, you're going to align with is where you're going to be at. We've got the Sun. And as I was just speaking about the Schumann resonance as well, like it's just really hitting so, like everybody, that like there is no escape, basically. There's no escape. The next card that we've got is the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. So, a real sense of feeling really out of it, out of place. You may be sort of like feeling, especially with the Ten of Pentacles being in the reverse, like feeling that this is now a point of where you're closing out something, where, or a place where you were at, where you currently are at, or where you were heading to be. This can also be exposure, certain things, as I said, about not really online, but in the physical. How, you're going to be dealing with certain people. And with the Ten of Pentacles being in the reverse, this can be about family, this can be about society, people around you. You're going to be seeing more unsettling behavior, triggers, and because there's no choice here. And I feel with the Queen of Pentacles, which is where I hope that most of you will be at, even if you're here, but this is where you want to be. You want to be centered. You want to be grounded. You really want to be focused on your reality right now. Despite what's going on around you, you really need to be centered. You need to be in this Queen of Pentacles energy. The card underneath the bottom of the deck is the Seven of Wands. So I really get a feeling of being very protective, defensive, but defending yourself, defending your corner. You may be in this phase of really blocking out certain people, blocking out what they're saying to you, or if anyone's going to be coming at you in this kind of like really unsettling way, you're going to have your Seven of Wands up to take action against them. Okay, well, let's see what we've got. Let's expand on this reading a little bit more. Okay, because nobody is immune from this upgrade, from this change. Nobody. We're all getting affected. So, again, this is really about, how you're going to be responding to these, magnificent and unstoppable changes. Tell me about the Lover's card being in the reverse, and we have got the Moon in the reverse. So whatever is being hidden at this point doesn't really have much choice. It's going to be exposed. The Sun is going to be lighting everywhere up. And, again, another thing that I'm pulling in is the feminine and the masculine energies that are going to be, as I said, it's like a course correction, realignment with the human body, with what's going on with the natural biorhythms of how you're meant to be, not what the matrix was programming you to be, but what nature, the natural programming of nature. To hell with the matrix, to hell with that simulation, to hell with that system. That's null and void. The Two of Pentacles being in the reverse, we have got the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. So there's a feeling of needing to be cautious, but also things that are no longer in this dragging, really slowed down energy. Things will be speeding up, and you will notice that if you haven't already, where time is concerned, where decisions are concerned, situations are concerned, they're no longer as long drawn out as they were before because you're not having it. This is where you're going to be blocking people, like no more giving people any, I'm going to give them 6 months. Oh, I'm going to give them a year. Those days are over. 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out. The Queen of Pentacles in the upright position, you're walking away. You're walking away from things that are no longer in alignment. If there's anything that's really unfulfilling right now, this is where you're at. walking towards your own happiness, walking towards success, walking, especially interestingly enough where the sun is concerned, towards, happiness, walking towards the light, healing, a fresh cycle for you. And we've got the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse of the sun. So there's definitely something that's going on with you, and there's this healing aspect. So as I said, some of you before may have been in this energy, but you're coming out from it into the Queen of Pentacles. And as I said, I just feel that this combination right here, the sun is just doing the utmost to really get you back on your feet. The 10 of Pentacles being in the reverse, we have got the High Priestess in an upright position, and I am getting strong intuition here. I'm also getting a feeling of an upgrade from where you were as, say, like 2 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, and now you're in this beautiful High Priestess, sacred feminine energy, where, at either end of the clarifying deck, you've got the moon and then you've got this High Priestess. All of what you knew that was kind of closed out to you before is it will come through. But still, it's asking you to remain in a very humbled, grounded way, because not everybody is meant to see your transformation. Not everybody is meant to be a part of that outcome. And I also feel that it's kind of like where you have moments of being in this kind of way, or this is a natural vibe that this High Priestess will put out anyway. I'm not saying that you will physically have to be like that, because with the way how these energies are going, you just about got enough energy to stay awake these days, or even go to the shops and come back or do a bit of housework, and then that's it, you're just knackered. But your energy, your vibes are going to be blocking out certain people. Okay, so I'm not, yes, physically maybe this is for some, but for others of you, your energy, your vibes are just handling things and taking care of it. Let's close out this reading after we look underneath the bottom of the clarifying deck, and we've got the Devil in the reverse. So any kind of erratic behavior, any kind of toxicity, any kind of, anyone wants to come around and mess about with you, they're gone. 2, 3 strikes, you're out. And I can see what looks like the Death card there. There's a massive transformation. This is where, again, nobody can escape what's going to happen. There is no going back. There is a massive transformation. I'm getting, as I said, about an energy or a realignment. This is also like a rebirth coming in. You've got the death, you've got the sun. Okay, new cycle. And I just got to show you this. We've got the King of Swords in reverse with the 5 of Wands in the reverse as well. So anyone that's going to be trying to come off anything, messed up, no, not having it. Okay. Now let's close out this reading with some messages from the Luminous Pathways. What key messages in particular does the collective need to know? Anything that can help? For a bit of advice, you don't have to take it if you don't want to, but any keywords, anything is kind of helpful right now. The first card that we've got that's popped up is the Sacred Flame. Passion, transformation, purification. Got a lot of filtering out, the energies, which is what your body, your energy, your vibration is doing, even on your behalf. It's like you don't have to do much. I'm not saying that you're lazy, not in that direct, not for that intention at all. But what I'm more pulling at is that, you're going in different directions. Those who are not aligning with you are being energetically removed from your life permanently. And if they don't fix themselves up, they will never be able to come back in again, because your energy is going to say like no. And in fact, it's like the programming's done. Speaking about programming as well, so I got mentioned about these NPCs, these non-play characters or these background characters. They are also, because some, as I say, they're placeholders, people that were there to sort of fill in the background or to help you with your experience of, the leveling up that you were doing. And I do feel that once you've mastered a certain level and you've gone on to master another level and another and another, these sort of so-called NPCs will no longer need to be in service to you or to anybody else, because they've already done their job and the programmings have been switched off. We have got the Starlit Cloak and we have the Seers Crystal as well. So we've got protection, mystery, the cosmos, and this is really aligning up strongly with the High Priestess. And we've got the Seers Crystal, clarity, focus, and divination. Again, High Priestess energy. And I feel that this is a combination of what's going on with you and this massive transformation that you're going through right now. This is why the lower frequencies, the devil energies, cannot attach to you. You are unhookable right now. Cannot hook onto you as they did before, because at the time, as I said, they were just the placeholders. They're there to tempt you into and trigger you into keeping you, stuck and tethered to a situation that, God has other plans for you. So we've got instinct, we've got nature, we've got, so I don't have my glasses on, personal power. This is where you're at right now. Okay, you may also be feeling more aligned, even more with animals. There's something about the way, even insects, like there's an understanding, more of a reverence between you and them. Why? Because there's less programming in you. You are being realigned and they can sense, they can feel it. It's like they're your witnesses, journey, complexity and discovery. And as I said, if these two cards came out together, and this is where you've had to rely on your instincts during this complex time, because it has not been easy. It has been a very, very difficult time, difficult process for you and everyone else that can align with this reading. Last card. Moonlit Path, intuition and the subconscious, unconscious mind. Well, subconscious too as well. Everything is being realigned. And I do sense as well, if you have been waking up, say, between the hours of 1, 3, or, 3 and 5 in the morning, those are your most potent times of receiving those downloads. Your intuition is kicking off, like the inspiration's coming back. This is why it's always good to have a journal next to your bed, so that anytime you sort of wake up, you might have feel something, or you may have just stepped out of a dream or from the astral. Quickly write it down. Really important. And then that's almost like your captain's log from, speaking like Star Trek. And then the next card that we've got underneath the bottom of the deck is the Sacred Scroll, knowledge and ancient wisdom. So this then aligns up with the High Priestess. Certain things that you were known, that were known to you from before, or what you were, rediscovering about yourself, because you're stepping back into your remembrance. Not everyone is meant to see that. And this is why this High Priestess will be like the keeper of that secret. Like, you have to gatekeep your talents. You have to gatekeep who you really are. And it's the only time I'm going to kind of use that sort of term. Might use it again, who knows, in the future. But that it will be about protection, but in a good way. Okay? There's always two sides to everything. So this is what I've got for you guys. I hope that this has helped you out of your, current situation. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you guys in the next reading. Have a fantastic day.